Howdy doody foodie beauty. I'm sorry about the AC. I know it's noisy. It's hot today. Gotta have Harry in there. Well, I know I said I was gonna do some groceries, but I found a Domino's coupon, and I think it was $5 for a medium 2-topping. So can't go wrong, right? I flipped over my couch cushions, found $5, and olives and onions and cheese. So I'm just gonna dig in. I don't have dip, but I have some hot sauce. So today I was gonna tell you guys about the time I was a stalker. It was bad. So when I was younger, but for you guys, when I would crush on a guy, I would crush hard. I was psycho. Fatal attraction. So, two of my victims, I think I was about 14. I was living at home. Up the street, I had one of my best friends. We hung out at her house a lot. And I really liked hanging out at her house because she lived across the street from these two brothers. They were twins, and I had the biggest spots for them. Back then, I was really big into hair metal, and these two guys were gorgeous. They looked like they were right out of the Cinderella band. Long hair, a bit teased, denim galore. And they must have had, their basement area was like party, jamming session area. And their basement window, we could see it, into it, from her front porch. So I'd be sitting on her front porch all day long, just keeping tabs on what they were doing, trying to see in, listening to their jamming sessions. They were in a local band. And it was a pretty good band, alternative rock or whatever. I've been watching The Shining. Part where that Scatman Crothers guy's like, we got dried apricots, dried prunes, dried... You gotta stay regular if you want to be happy. Danny. I don't want to go there, Mrs. Torrance. Oh, spicy. Oh, no. Spicy, Emmy. She was sleeping and I swear she wakes up whenever I film. I'm a horror, just like her mom. So anyway, I'm feeling generous. I'll give you guys a second bite. So we'd sit there on her porch. Her mom had a little garden beside chives. We would take chives, put them through her braces, and then look at me. It was so funny. So whenever these two guys would go outside, they had a big husky dog named Chinook. So anytime they would go out to tend to their dog or do something, I'd be like, there they are. We would, like I just said something funny kind of thing, and we would loudly giggle like a bunch of obnoxious freaks. These guys must have been in their late 20s, living at home with their parents in the basement. Normally people wouldn't find that attractive, but I didn't care. No. So one day a light bulb went on and I thought, how can I get closer to them and let them know I exist? In my delusional head back then, I was like, if they could just notice me, they would fall for me. I have cherry lip smacker lip gloss on. So one day I was walking by to go home from the store, the mall up the street, and they were outside because I had to pass their house to get to mine. So they were outside petting the dog or whatever. I was like, oh my god, hi, your dog is so cute. And they're like, oh, do you want to pet her? He's friendly. So they let me pet the dog. And after that, pet her as long as you want, we're gonna go inside. And when they said inside, I was like, I used to daydream about what that basement would be like. I would have given anything to get to hang out in that basement. Even if it smelled like bachelors, I don't care. I would have given anything. But no, I was outside with the dog. And so I used Chinook to get to them. I think even the dog was getting sick of seeing me. Tried to bite me one day. So it's like, I need to be a bit more bold. So I started writing love letters. The first few times I forced my friend with the chives to go leave the note inside the screen door of the house. That was the same friend I forced to put all the cheeseburgers on her tray. So after a while, she grew a backbone and was like, fuck you, I'm not doing this anymore for you. So, get off me. So I was forced to give the letters myself. So one day, ow! I keep putting her down because she's gonna knock over my drink. I used to try to write things that made me sound, hey! I used to try to write things that would make me sound smart or something, you know, older than I was. I used to kiss the letters with my lipstick, spray them with my perfume, and at the time I was wearing, perfume. Anyway, total 90s, baby. As I'm bringing the letter over, this older man comes to the door, as if he was seeing me. And he's like, listen, my sons don't want to have anything to do with you. Please do not come around here anymore. And I just remember being so, like, my heart, everything sank. I was just like, whoa. I didn't know, I wanted to cry. Right then and there, I felt my eyes watering up, so I ran back across the street. I get over to her porch, and I start bawling. I was embarrassed and really sad, you know? But my crush was so big that he told me not to come to the door, but he didn't tell me not to pet the dog, so one day, at this point my friend is just fed up with me. She's like, you're crazy, what are you doing? I decided to try and pet the dog again. Well, the dog doesn't even like me anymore at this point. So it starts growling when I get closer and barking. Now, one of the twins came up because they must have been in the basement and heard the barking. I'm like, hey, we told you not to come around here. You know, we're lost, basically. He was really kind of rude about it. So I was like, oh my god, this is a nightmare. I have no chance now. He doesn't even like me. He needs to try a different lip smacker's lip gloss. No, I'm kidding. I was like, wow, more crying. I don't even know how I eventually got over them. But this is not where it ends. I figure I burn my bridges. They know me. They don't want me. I was even considering putting on a disguise and trying to come off as an older, sexy woman and try to seduce them. I was crazy. So I made my poor friend, probably guilt tripped her. I don't think I'm such a horrible person. I was desperate. I said, please, can you just go knock at the door and just ask to talk to them? Just, please. Just talk to them for 2 minutes. And she actually did it. She went over. I can still picture her. Poor thing. Sheepishly knocking at the door, looking back. Like no one's answering. And go, just keep on knocking. Finally, one of the guys comes up. Long hair. I have a weakness for dudes with long hair. Always happy to go. I could see them talking. He looked like, kind of annoyed. What are these kids bugging me for? Just let me be your groupie. Whatever. I don't know what they said. She comes back over. Shuts the door. I'm like, what'd they say? No? What do you say? Like, Chantal, you really need to leave them alone. He said to tell you that if you come on their property again, they're gonna press charges for trespassing. I don't know if he realized how young I was. I don't know if he realized I was 14. I think maybe he thought I was a bit older. I don't know if I could have been charged at that age. It might have been my parents. I don't know. I'm gonna have one more piece. Of course I'm gonna share with BB. So, BB doesn't really like pizza. I was nuts. I don't know, man. I told you. Fatal attraction. Let's get these insane, stupid crushes. I used to have a huge crush. Obsessive crush on Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Remember him? I had posters all over the walls of my basement when I was younger. And this is really, I can't believe I'm admitting this in front of thousands of people, but there was this one poster in particular. That's where he was looking particularly fine, holding a bouquet of roses. So I used to pretend I was his girlfriend, and I would make out with the poster, for real. My first kiss was with paper. So, I loved it so much that the mouth area was starting to fade pink. My mom would get mad. Stop kissing your posters. You're weird. What are you doing? I don't know. Said issues. That was my stalker. Did I stalk anybody else? Because I know I had some insane crushes. The hours we used to spend just sitting on her porch, trying to figure out the life that's going on in the basement, the life we wished we had, the life that we wish we were a part of, wishing we were a bit older. And now, I wish I could be young again. Never happy. So, oh my god, excuse me. Damn it. I get shit for editing out burps and farts. I hope you guys know that, eh? So I'm keeping them in, because... So that's that. I made a meal plan for the week. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the day, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you still want to be friends. I promise not to stalk you. Some of the shit I look back on that I've done, I'm just like, what the hell was I thinking? Anyway, we can't change the past or what we did in the past. Can only learn from it, right? I've learned through this that Psycho Stalker usually doesn't get the boy. So.
Fat!